Thank you very much for coming on Potters Pod.
No worries.
Welcome. We've just established, just before we started recording, this is the first time you've ever done a podcast.
Yeah, his first one.
Look around in Ricardo's bar. You can say, I remember my first ever podcast.
That was good. Thanks for having me.
All going all right?
Yeah, all good, man. All good.
Nice to be at Stoke?
Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, love it.
When you first came to the club, I'm talking about the first time you walked in, first time you went down to Clayton Wood, the training ground.
Yeah.
What was the thing that surprised you about the club in a good way that you just never expected?
I'd probably say the facilities. Obviously, I knew the stature of the club before coming. But yeah, I'd probably say the facilities. And obviously, coming in and seeing the new building, as a player, that's, it's appealing when, you see a club moving forward. Not just on the pitch stuff, but, things like, seeing a new building and, seeing the trajectory of the club, or what you expected anyway. So, no, I'll say the facilities are good facilities.
It's interesting you say that because as a football fan, you don't really think like how much that plays a part in it, because you hear footballers talk about it and they say, oh, this, that, but you don't, because you just assume that everything's glitz and glamour when you're outside of the world looking in. Yeah. So why is that important then? Is it just like just a nice place to be? I
think because you're in there every day, it's your work, and then your teammates, like you see them more than you see your family. So obviously you want to make sure like you're going into work and you have comfort. And yeah, I think it's always good. No one likes to sit in a old chair that's been there 50 years, do this. So I think it's good. Yeah, it's your workplace, so you want to feel comfortable at work.
I was watching a few videos in preparation for the chat with you, and one of the interviews that you gave, you were talking about what Mark Robins said to you when you signed for the club. Yeah. Again, I don't like chucking two questions at you in one because it's like, well, Rob, which one am I answering first? Yeah. But what does a manager say to you in that initial call? And also, what did, on that occasion, Mark Robins say to you that other clubs didn't? Because I imagine Stoke was just one of many clubs that you could have come to.
So the first one was, what did Mark
What did he say to you? So the phone rings. Divine, it's Mark Robins, you all right?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Well, first he, complimented me on the player that I was and how much, like he loved how I played. And yeah, we just spoke about a variety of things. We spoke about, his time when he played, and obviously he was a striker, so, it helped a lot. I didn't really speak with any striker managers, so I think that helped a lot. And yeah, I think we just had a good chat in general. It was really positive from what I remember, really positive. He wanted me through the door. And it's always a good sign when, the manager's speaking to you directly. So yeah, for me, I knew what it was straight away after I got off the phone.
When you say he knows what to say to you and he's having a chat with you about that kind of stuff, where were you? Do you remember when that phone call happened?
Yes, I do. I was in the car.
Do you take it off loudspeaker? Do you take it off loudspeaker? Because I don't think if I was with other people in that car...
Yeah, no, I was on my own. I was on my own. So, I was on my own. I didn't have any distractions. I took it all in. So, yeah, it was good. He admired the way I played. And, we spoke just about different things on... he was a striker, so it was a good conversation. And yeah, just picking off some bits, like obviously, we spoke about like movements off the back line and, how he can help me operate the back line in this league. Obviously, the pedigree of manager he is. He probably knows the champ better than a lot of the managers in the champ. So, yeah, I think we had a good chat. Yeah, that's it. We had a good chat.
This might be a bit of an overshare, but that'll probably be a theme of what runs through the podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to talk to you for loads of different reasons. One, because it feels like the start of your time here at Stoke has gone really well.
Yeah.
But also talk about West Ham, talk about Man City, talk about your time at Stoke and things like that. Yeah. But I really want to know, what was it like when Paul Nevin spoke to you about this then? Because I understand he had quite a bit of he's played a big part in your footballing career up until this point as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. So Paul Nevin, I had him when I was breaking through at West Ham. I believe I was 17. Yeah, so I was 17. And yeah, obviously Paul Nevin's always been, you know, when I was first coming through, you know, we would always do more. Like myself, I always wanted to do more and, you know, push. And yeah, Paul Nevin was, you know, used to drive me, him and Kevin Nolan. You know, they'll never say no to me when I wanted to do some more. Which, you know, it's always a positive. And yeah, I think Nev's been, you know, I think he's wanted me a couple of times because obviously he moved around after West Ham, and you know, I think I've always had a good relationship with Nev, even from me coming up to, you know, he never had to, you know, he didn't owe me doing extras after, you know, he didn't owe me anything. So I think maybe he saw, you know, the player that, maybe the potential that I have, and the person that I am. You know, he gave me a quite, you know, open personality. Me, I'm quite open, and you know, I think that's really much how we connected and how much I love football. You know, I just wanted to do more, and you know, that would be the best, and just keep going. So yeah, I think Nev's played a big part of when Nev spoke to me. I think it came in a good time, if I'm honest with you. Like, it's come in a very good time. I think I was, you know, coming at that age where, you know, I'm ready to play. I want to compete.
Make an impact.
Exactly. And yeah, I think everything just came in a good time. And just, to be fair, there's no such thing as a good time in football, but yeah, I think it's come at a good time.
And he's not the only person that you know at the football club that you knew before. Am I right in thinking nicknames has cost you money?
Yeah, as the Whipsy hustle is quite harsh, but you know, I'll take it in. It's a good banner.
So for reference, Aaron Cresswell was our last guest on the podcast.
Yeah.
And so I understood that you called him Whipsy Hustle.
Yeah.
And then he told me that you've been getting fined by the lads for calling him that nickname. Is that right?
Yeah, so basically you can get fined for anything, right? And yeah, I just got fined for that, really. I think that, I can't remember. It was either £20, so we got a spin. It was either a £20 spin or it was £50, I can't remember. But it was the media who stitched me up, you see. So
Can't trust the media.
Can't trust the media, that's what I'm saying. They stitched me up. So they've put a quote on there. So basically what the players do, they screenshot it. Yeah. Or they can screenshot anything and send it to Frank.
Yeah, Frank Fielding is the person who's in charge.
Yeah, he's the person who's in charge. And the media's put that in. But, like, in my head, it's like, why have you put that specific
misquoted? Thing? Just taken out of context?
No, I think it's just like...
I'm trying to help you. I'm just throwing out all the words.
I think it was like, surely you've got to put like something a bit more professional. Yeah. I think my one came out like such a joke. Like so jokey. So they fined me for it. So it was good band anyway. But
I wouldn't have it.
Yeah, can't do anything in it. Like, it's free. There's basically 3 judges on the fine day. So
who were judges?
Oh, again, I can't remember. But yeah, it's good laugh, isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, you can say your side of it here now if you like. We can get that money back for you if you like. I mean, I haven't got this.
I wish I could, but it's going to good cause anyway. So.
Okay, that's fair enough. When you first came to the club and you first came into training, obviously anyone who started a new job, just because you listen to this podcast, you don't have to be a professional footballer. Anyone started a job wherever they've been, and they will recognise people that are really good at what they do. Like even if you're an accountant or a plumber, you walk in, you go, "Oh, he's really good at his job." Yeah. Who was the person when you went into training where you thought, actually, he's good?
I think when we spoke before, you mentioned Bae Junho. Yeah, he surprised me. Obviously, I knew of him, but obviously seeing it live was like seeing it in training. You can see his quality, and I'll probably say like Lewis Baker. I think that was one that I was just intrigued in terms of, obviously because I knew his career path, and yeah, it wasn't a shock really. I just seeing it in training, I was like, yeah, this.
You knew he was good, but you didn't realise to what level.
Yeah. I knew he was good, but I didn't realise to what level.
As a striker, Viktor Johansson, how good's he?
Viktor Johansson, top keeper. I think Yeah, again, I think that's another one that I didn't really not expect, but the level shocked me.
The reason why it's interesting you saying this is because you've come from West Ham, from Manchester City, so it's not like you just come from the dog and duck on a Sunday. Like if I played against him, I'd be impressed because my level of football is not the highest. Whereas you've come from do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think a lot of the group, I think I was shocked by, because I don't know. You don't see. I think training is obviously different to watching on the Saturday, but I think first when I initially came in, like the first week and stuff, I was like shocked, like this, it's got a good group here, like everyone can play.
Right, let's go back to your childhood, if you're happy talking about all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Growing up in London, what was it like as a child growing up around there?
How can I put this? Yes, I think it's tough. Where I grew up was, not easy. But I think I had a good guidance in terms of, my friends and family. I think it's the same with a lot of areas. Not just from East London. It's the same with a lot of areas, really. Like, you can make choices. I had football, luckily, and I had a routine ever since I was like 8 years old. So I'd never really had like opportunities, to be fair, I did, but I never really had opportunities to stay out late or hang around and stuff like that. But everyone in the area, to be fair, like helped me in a way because they knew me as the footballer from a kid. So I think I got looked after growing up, and it's very adventurous. Like, London, very adventurous.
Adventurous?
Yeah, it's adventurous. Like, I don't know, you just make choices in your life, innit? And fortunately for me, I was always going to become a footballer. I knew that. I think everyone in my area knew that. My friends, my family. So I think I stayed on a good path. My head was never going to be swayed, even though it's very easily, because obviously there's not much from where I'm from. But obviously, as I was growing up, it was changing anyway. So it wasn't like the area that it was when, I wasn't born or when I was little. So.
I suppose you might not putting words in your mouth, but you could see a different way.
Yeah, you could see a different way.
Some of your friends or people you might have been with didn't see what you saw because you were at West Ham since you were 8 years old. Is that fair?
Exactly. Yeah, literally that. So I think it's then, it's just helped me.
Older brother?
Older brother, yeah. I've got older brother, older sister, little brother, little sister as well.
I'm told your older brother was a big influence.
On
you?
Yeah, he is. Obviously, my brother used to play. Didn't quite work out for him, but I looked up to my brother. And I think even now, like, he shows me a different way of life. Even when I was younger, he showed me a different way of life, even without having to speak much. And I think that's made me grow. And he's always been there to, guide me, do things that he didn't do or he wished he did, but it's life, innit? You learn.
When you say the things that he wished he did, do you think he wished that he was the Essex high jump champion?
No, not quite. I would say more like he used to talk to me about like for pre-season, for example, like in the off season he never used to go like do bits, so little stuff like that. And it's just it's always been on me in a good way, like good critics. So I think it's helped me in my journey, for sure.
How did the high jump come about?
What, Essex high jump?
Yeah. You just don't just gloss over that. That's a big achievement.
What, my high jump?
Yeah. Weren't you the champion?
Am I the champ?
Yeah, you were the champ.
Yeah, I'm good at high jumping it. That's one thing. Yeah, I think I got thrown into that when I was...
I've seen a picture of you holding a...
Medal. Is it, yeah?
Do you want to see it? Have you seen it? Well, I presume you've seen it recently.
I think I've seen it. In a yellow tank top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that. Yeah, what was my record, do you know?
I do, but it's written down.
Okay.
It was good.
Like 173 or something.
Something like that.
Something like that, innit?
Yeah. And then hurdles.
Yeah, I used to do hurdles. Yeah,
Good at hurdles?
Yeah, good at hurdles, yeah. Once upon a time, I think I was like, what was I, maybe 13, 14. Yeah.
And basketball.
Yeah, basketball, love basketball.
I've been told to ask you about the junior NBA.
Yeah, I got into the finals of the junior NBA, lost. Yeah, I love basketball. I used to train at my secondary school when I was in 7, 8. We used to train in the morning, like AM, 6 AM. I love basketball. Yeah, sick.
I was told that was one of those things that if you didn't become a footballer, you could have done it.
What, basketball?
Yeah. Not my words, I'm just repeating what someone told me.
I wouldn't say quite, only because I'm in England. So the basketball route would have been, it's harder when you're in England, isn't it? So I think I would have, I don't know if I'll do something in sports, but I don't know if I'll do basketball, but I was good at basketball, yeah.
So this is St. Bonadventures?
Yeah, St. Bonadventures, yeah, okay. Yeah.
So that was when you were in year 8 and you won the Essex Cup in football?
Essex Cup, yeah, won Essex Cup, yeah. Went on a sensational run.
Man of the match?
On the final?
Yeah.
Yeah, not surprised. No, we had a good team, to be fair. Like, we had good average players. Yeah. I think that helped. It was my coach, Mr. Firth. We had Mr. Firth taking it. And yeah, we had a good run, to be fair. Yeah, 8, we won it, yeah. I think that's the only cup I won in that school, to be fair, I think.
Didn't you win the Jack Petchey Award as well?
Yeah, for the school. Yeah, I won the Jack Petchey Award. Yeah.
Don't play down all these achievements. I'm talking Essex high jump champion, all these things, and you're just being too humble about it all.
I'm trying to remember it. That's why I do remember it, but I just forget the Jack Petchey Award. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Year 9.
Yeah, year 9.
Mr. Halliwell called you into the office.
Yeah, Mr. Halliwell. Yeah, damn. Yeah, a long time ago. Oh.
The turkey runs.
Yeah. What was I getting that?
Can you tell me about them?
Yeah, the run around the park.
So this is after Christmas. Do you want to? Well, you explain. I don't know why I'm telling me your story.
Yeah, so it's just a run after the Christmas term that I do. Well, that the school does every year group, where we run around West Ham Park in the quickest time. Yeah, I just used to fly it through. To be fair, I forgot my times. You know my times? You got them now.
You
6.
I was told that
6:16.
You came out one day and you had explained as a young person, explained exactly how you were going to win it and break all the records.
Oh, no, I think I remember you talking about this. Probably Sam has told you this, isn't it? So yeah, I remember one day our PE teacher at the time, Sam Bartlett, he said we're going to do 3 turkey runs or something like that. We're going to do 3 in a row or something like that.
So this is, for people, obviously, as you explained, this is like 3 big runs, effectively.
Yeah, it's like the whole park, basically.
Yeah. It's like, we're not going to do one massive run, we're going to do 3 of them.
3. So Sam Bartlett, we had... Yeah, so it's basically the whole year group. And he's basically said, we're doing 3 of them, so make sure everyone's ready and that. And you had everyone basically just how are we doing 3 of them? This is long. And yeah, I remember speaking to him and saying I was being strategic about what runs I was doing. Yeah, that's quite funny you mentioned that, actually. That's quite funny, yeah.
What do you think your teachers would have said about you as a child, as a pupil?
I think they would have said well-mannered, infectious, I don't know, positive, a lot of positives, I think, yeah.
We've had a message from one.
Sam Bartlett.
Don't ruin it just yet.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So this is a message from someone who is one of your teachers at St Bonaventures. It's a great name for a school, that is, by the way, isn't it?
St Bonaventures.
Yeah, it's a great name.
Class to it.
I went to Westwood High School.
Westwood High School.
A bit boring, isn't that, as a name? And then Matthew Holland School is even more, what's it called? So this is a message that's been sent in anticipation of you being on the podcast. So I thought you might like this one, which is...
Yes, Divine, Turkey Run legend. Sam Bartlett here. I was Divine's teacher throughout secondary school. So Divine arrived with us, 11 years old, bag of bones, long skinny arms and legs, very similar to how he is now. But he had, it was quite clear from the very beginning, he had bundles of talent and even more charisma. So throughout the years, I watched Divine play against numerous other exceptional talents, other academy players, but for me, he was always a standout performer. In one game against Bacon's College, really good school, not too far away from us, always fielded a good football team. We were drawing with them at half-time in the London Cup. And as I usually would, I was giving Divine some grief about only having a left foot. Anyway, the second half's kicked off. We've made some good progress and managed to get ourselves into their final third when Divine has let off this absolute wand of a right foot strike that sailed into the top corner. I knew immediately he'd absolutely done me. He turned around, big grin on his face, came running over to celebrate. But anyways, I think that was the last time he scored with his right foot. I think he was about 14 years old at the time. So come on, Divine, get that right foot working, please. Congratulations on your England call-up. We here at St Bonaventures are incredibly proud of you, my man. It's amazing what 2 headers and a red card can do for your career progression. On that note, no more diving, please. I didn't teach you how to do that. Or maybe I did, can't quite remember. Keep going. You're a role model to all of our students and young athletes. A superb performer, destined for greatness, but an even better human being. Take care. Go on, you Potters.
Didn't he come up for the debut as well?
Yeah, he came up. So, yeah, what a guy. Yeah, he came up. I still was too fair to stay in touch with him. Yeah, Sam, what a guy, man. Yeah, he was he was head of PE, I think. Yeah, he was head of PE.
I think he's associate director now, at the school.
Is it, yeah? Yeah, sick. Yeah.
Earning some money now.
Payday, innit?
Yeah.
No, what a guy, man.
I find it interesting that you call your old teacher by the first name. Even when I spoke to him, I felt like I need to call him Mr. Bartlett. He's not even my teacher.
Yeah. I think I grew out of Mr., innit?
Yeah, okay.
So he knows I'll slap him up as well. But no, what a guy, honestly. From, year 7, always guided me. Always asked me about my football. Same with a lot of the teachers, to be fair. But yeah, Sam is obviously one that I keep in touch with a lot. So,
Mr. Bartlett.
Yeah. No, Sam.
Right. There's things in the podcast that don't have to stay in. We can edit this out if you want to, but I just want to give you the opportunity. If you want to talk about it, you can. I understand that when you were towards the end of your time at St Bonaventures, there was a tragedy that was a close friend of yours. Is that something you're comfortable talking about? You don't have to if you don't want to. It's just more of a case of, I imagine there'll be people listening to this that have been through difficult times themselves and how to come out the other end.
No, I don't mind.
Do you want to explain what happened?
So my a close friend of mine when I was, I believe, in year 11, passed away. These are things in that happen in in London, or not even in London. I think everywhere. And a close friend of mine, but it's life. I think it's made me more grateful for life. I even had someone that I know, went out to change his tyre in his car, and he got run over. Now he's got no leg, can't play football. And to see him smiling with no legs, it's like, how can you be ungrateful? We're ungrateful about a lot of things, I think, sometimes, and things like that just remind me, or, you know, when I think about my friend, I'm just like, you just use the pain as fuel. For me, I use pain as fuel. And I think that experience that's happened, that particular experience that's happened, has just made me just like hungry. I know he wouldn't want me to stop playing football or grief for so long. It's funny because he never used to tell me, but he used to tell his mother how big I'm gonna be, but he never used to tell me. And he was just proper not stubborn, but he was proper ego, innit, mad ego. And yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad, but you know, it's life. It's life. So you just got to move on, man.
That's a massive thing to go through when you're 15, 16.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It's tough for the school. It's tough for everyone, for our friends. It's tough. We used to go to school every morning together, same bus. Out on the way back, yeah, it's tough. But you know, you can only look forward. I think, you know, obviously things happen for a reason. They're brought to you because you can handle it. You know, I believe God don't give you anything you can't handle. So, you know, it could be anything. It could be a test for you to learn. It could be anything. I think for me anyway, that experience, how it made me feel, it was like, it needs to be more open. Just keep going. Just be hungry, because you know, there's people that wish they were here for one more day, or you know, they wish that you had your job. So just got to be grateful, man.
So when you are 15, 16, and you've obviously got so much going on in your life away from school, in football and all that kind of stuff, you're thinking about all that. Did the way you deal with the grief, did you just find yourself training harder? Because how do you even process that when you're that age?
I remember, so that Saturday, that week I played on that Saturday, I don't think I could have stopped doing what I'm doing. I know he wouldn't want me to do that. So, why would I? Yeah, I just kept on just going harder. But as the years gone on, it's almost hit me deeper. And it's as the years goes on, I have a different view of it, or it's a weird one, because I think, you know, people handle stuff differently. It just made me want to you know, keep going. This is not just death, but there's a lot of things that happen in people's lives that you don't know. And, you know, for me, I just use it. You can use it as fuel. I think that's the best way. That's the easiest way, because, you know, everything happens to everyone. You know, and, you know, tests comes in different ways, and you know, you can't just, you know, feel sorry for yourself, because, you know, the sun still comes up at the end of the day. No matter how you're feeling, the sun still comes up. You know, so yeah, you just got to be grateful again. Yeah.
You can see the impact that it's had on you, but also you can understand the impact it has on the wider world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I think everything could be worse. I think for me, I don't like overthinking too much or thinking too much, because it's either it is what it is, or you just get on with it, really. Everyone has bad days, everyone has good days. I think you just get on with it. Even with you know, when I think about football, it's for fans, for example, you know, you can make their day. So it's if you choose not to, for me personally, you choose not to train hard or work hard on the Saturday, you know, there's someone in the crowd that spent their last penny to come and watch you. So how could you not work hard? For me, it doesn't make sense. That's why, you know, every time I train or play, you know, I like to do it, you know, give it my all, leave everything, because these people come and watch you play, they pay money. Some people pay their last penny, you know, you're their happiness. And to have that responsibility, it's a responsibility as a footballer. You have responsibility, and you gotta just own that responsibility on the pitch, and yeah, it's competing, isn't it? You go to war every week, and you know you have fans that some pay their last bit of money, and you know that's the responsibility you have in it. So yeah.
Thank you for talking about that. I know it must be difficult.
Right. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Let's talk about West Ham.
Yeah.
So am I right in thinking you went in as an 8-year-old as a left back?
Yeah, as a left back. Yeah, came in as a left back. It's funny because I know I was meant to say it. So my brother, before the trial, he's told me. So I didn't know what position I was, basically. Yeah.
When you're 8, you're any position.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was 8. I was any position. I forgot what he told me to say. He either said centre forward or centre back. So I thought he said centre back for and the coach asked me like, where do I play as a centre back? And obviously at the time he played 7-a-side. I remember my coach was Dale Robinson. He so I played the left in the 3-2-1 7-a-side. And yeah, I was good, to be fair. Didn't do a lot of defending, but
you were a bit derelict of duty. You were just bobbing forward.
Yeah, exactly. I was just more, the goals. And as the age has gone up, I went up to out wide, and I think I was 12, 13 maybe. I was playing out wide, and just moved into a 9.
Maybe this is why you get on so well with Aaron Cresswell, because you can obviously appreciate, having played his position.
Yeah,
you can appreciate.
I don't know. I think I was too young. I don't even know if I would have received it.
Go on to him. Aaron, in my experience of under-8s football playing in this position, what you need to do, I think he'd take it from you.
Chris will just laugh it off.
I think he probably would, yeah. So you touched on this at the start of the interview, and I find this all really interesting, again, is you must have been all the way going through that school, the West Ham player.
Yeah.
Do you think you got treated differently because of that? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, like in a good way or a bad way.
I think, definitely, because I was the footballer. I think I did, you get away with certain stuff. But I also feel like I had a good relationship with teachers to been able to get away with stuff. So, but they did help me a little bit. So credit to them, actually. Looking back on it now, there's things that I reckon a normal student gets pounded for. But St. Bon's actually looked after me, and they did look after me, to be fair. Yeah, there's a couple of times that, but
did you feel like your identity was becoming a footballer, was being a West Ham player?
Yeah, 100%. I knew straight away I was only going to become... I knew I was going to play for the first team. It was just when. I knew I was going to play at West Ham. Everyone saw me as West Ham. When I was... there'll be days where I'm going to do... I used to do ball boy at West Ham. 12, 13, 14. And there'll be days and it'll be like, oh yeah, we saw your match of the day. Oh, I remember I had one iconic one with getting a picture. Sanchez got hammered for that. I took a picture with Sanchez and he just scored a hat-trick. He scored a hat-trick at the London Stadium, and I remember getting a picture and we just got all...
So your mates are texting because they've seen you in the background?
Everyone's seen that. Yeah, everyone's seen me. So you come into school and...
Can you remember the games? I'll see if I can find that. We can put it on the YouTube. What was it?
Arsenal, West Ham. I think they lost 5-0.
So it was West Ham, Arsenal. So West Ham 0, Arsenal 5.
I think it was 5-0 or 5-1. But I know Sanchez got a hat-trick.
So if you're watching this as the YouTube version, we will put the picture of you up as you as the ball boy.
As the ball boy. You'll see it, with Sanchez. You can definitely...
So wait, right. So the match is just finished and you go and say, can I have...
The match is just finished and there's about 4 of us as ball boys running up to Sanchez.
Right. So he's coming off the pitch.
He's coming off the pitch.
I thought you meant when everyone had gone.
Nah, he's come off the pitch with the match ball and everyone's taking a picture. Wants to take a picture and he takes a selfie, basically. Sanchez takes a selfie with all of us and then just hit the papers in it. It's funny. It's funny.
And so all your mates are West Ham fans Are they giving you hammer because like?
Nah.
Are they just like, that's mental? They're like, he's just got actually what you're doing.
Nah, not. They weren't really giving me. It was more like, you know how it is like football. Like the fans obviously didn't like it. It's funny, innit? But it was just kids, innit? It was just kids who just see Sanchez score. It must have been what, like 12, 13 or something. Yeah.
There's a couple of Stoke connections in your early career. One I'm not expecting you to know, but one I am probably going to judge you if you don't know. Can you tell me the significance of your first goal for West Ham under-18s?
My first goal?
Yeah. So you were playing, the first time you played for the West Ham under-18s?
Oh, was that Stoke 4-1?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Stoke 4, yeah.
What we'll do is we'll re-edit that, but you look really sad when you say it. I'm really sorry, guys.
Yeah. 4-1. We lost, innit? Or did we win? I don't know.
I just know that you scored against.
Yeah. I remember scoring. Yeah. On that pitch at Clayton with the first pitch. Yeah.
So you've been there before.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. I remember that.
And the other, again, as soon as I say this on a Stoke podcast, everyone of a certain age will have memories and know exactly this reference. But I'm not expecting you to know. You'll know the person, but you won't necessarily know the reference. Your under-18s manager or assistant manager was a former Stoke player.
Kevin Keane.
Kevin Keane?
Yeah, Kevin Keane, yeah. He's my manager at under-18s, yeah.
And he obviously played for Stoke.
I didn't know that.
For 94 to 2000. So a little bit before your time.
Wow, I didn't know that, you know.
But there'll be loads of people that are Stoke fans now going, as if
that's mad.
It's all linked together.
Yeah, that's mad.
You don't seem as impressed with that as many Stoke fans will.
I actually didn't know, okay. That's mad. But, yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that. No.
So coming through at West Ham,
yeah.
Obviously there's loads of players that have gone on to have amazing careers and some massive names. Am I right in thinking that Declan Rice was quite a big part of when you were coming through as well?
Yeah. He was more like, taking the young ones, on his wing, making sure they're comfortable. And he done that with me pretty well.
Because he wouldn't have been that old himself at the time, would he?
He wasn't old at all. This was the Conference League year, I think, when he won the Conference League. Yeah, he was top with me, to be fair, when I came in. I looked after all the young ones by the first name. I think that's. I think when you're going into the first team, you want that. He was like the Joe, almost like making sure like you're right and stuff. So, credits to him.
I don't really like talking about stuff that you've spoken about before in podcasts because my theory is, right, if you listen to this, you can listen to everything, so you'll have heard different stories, etc., etc. And I know you've spoken about this thing I'm going to talk about you before now quite a bit, but I think it's such a brilliant story, and I'm not necessarily sure that all the Stoke fans that are listening to this will know it. Can you tell me about the night before the match in Bucharest? Yeah,
so obviously the day before, I was basically playing FIFA myself. It's just something that only Divine will do. I was playing FIFA myself, obviously against the team that I was going to play, and I basically kept on quitting until I scored. And obviously the next day I ended up scoring, but obviously he went down his own goal. But then I scored at home, so it made up for it. But that's funny. It's something that's so me. Like.
So it's the night before you're about to play in Europe for the team that you played for since you were 8 years old, and you're playing for West Ham against the team that used to be Steaua Bucharest, FSCB or FC, that play against them, and you played yourself, you started yourself, very humble, and you thought to yourself, I'm not going to stop until I've scored, and then when you don't win and you don't score, you restart the game, do it again.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I think it's quite funny.
I love it.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
And did you score eventually?
Yeah, of course I did.
It's like 4 o'clock. David Moyes is like, what have you been doing all night?
Of course I did. Yeah.
Dave, don't ask. Moisey, don't ask.
That was a good moment, man. Yeah, I was sick. Real sick.
That whole season must have been amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable. I think. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Scored at home. Started in twice in that competition, I think. It was unbelievable. Obviously, being a part of something that a club that hasn't won a trophy in a long time, and being a part of that. Also, I wasn't a major part, but Coming through the Asian night, just experiencing that, and then that night in Prague, experiencing that was like, this is football.
And all your mates, obviously, that you've grown up with, must have all been West Ham fans because of where you grew up and the fact that you were around. For the celebrations point, because of the open top bus and all that kind of stuff. It must have been mad for your mates that you were involved in that.
Yeah, exactly. So you see, like, all of my friends, like, I could see them, like, so obviously we just went around, knew them. Yeah. So, you just see everyone, like, just seeing everyone, school teachers, everyone. It's like, it was sick. Like, that's something I can never forget. That moment, that feeling of, it just felt like a proud moment, just seeing everyone and how happy they were for me, and it was a massive moment for the club as well.
Because for the other players, and again, no disrespect to them, but they haven't lived the life that you've lived. They've not grown up around there. They've come from all over the world and fantastic players. But for you, that must have been so much more special.
No, it was sick. Like, it was sick. Like, it's just, I can't really put it into words, but every time, like, I'll go on my phone and see that, it's like, wow, like, it's good. Like, you want more moments like that.
And you are going to be all their stories. Do you know what I mean? So, like, everyone who speaks that's around that area, they'll have a story that they'll know your mum or dad, they'll know your brother. And it's like, oh, I know him because of this.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's sick. Like, again, like, that experience was just like, going around Newham and just seeing, people that and just celebrating as well. I think it was just top.
Good night out?
I don't think we even went out. No, we didn't even go out. But as in, talking about when we were in London. No, I didn't even go out, No. Didn't even go out.
Oh, I'm disappointed. Can we make something up? I'm only joking. There's been a couple of times in this interview where you look at me and go, is he taking the mick out of me?
That's true.
That's good. When you come to the point where you're obviously going to leave West Ham, that must have been such a difficult thing because there was so much noise around that because you got the manager at the time, David Moyes, saying about your future and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And again, for you, you've been there since you're 8 years old. That must have been the weirdest thing, knowing that when your contract ended, you were going to go to a new club. That must have been difficult.
Yeah, it was. I think, it was difficult, but at the end of the day, it's football. So, like, for me, it was, you're going to take the risk and be responsible for your career, which I did. I took a risk leaving, and I think it actually ended up, well, so far anyway, like, the table almost turned a little bit. Obviously, it was unknown for me when I left West Ham. It was unknown, and obviously been there since age 8. But I think, well, it's football, innit? Like, you move on. Obviously, I was grateful for, everything that they've done for me, and literally everyone there, good peoples. But it's football, and sometimes it's time to go, and
But there'd be loads of people in your position that might have just gone, oh, well, I feel like I should sign another contract. Like, again, no criticism of what you've done, but there'd be other people that have done it differently.
Yeah, exactly.
And it must have been not a brave thing, but it must have taken a lot of inside you to go, no, actually, I'm going to go and forge a new career somewhere because I think this happened. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. I think that, that was the case. I was just brave. I think I've been brave since I was a kid and making decisions. It's probably one of the toughest decisions probably in my career so far, but I took with it. I took the balls in my court. I just took it, and so far so good. So,
just to be clear, I don't mean moving to Man City is a brave decision because that's an obvious decision. But I mean, what I'm saying is, a lot of people must have been telling you a lot of different things. That's the point where you stood up for yourself and gone, no, I think this is the right decision. That's the point.
100%.
There'll be people going on this going, what's he talking about? Going to Man City. When you first hear that Man City are interested in you, that must be a surreal moment.
So I was actually doing a medical away with a club, and they basically called on the medical, on the day of departure. On the day I was obviously meant to sign for this club, and Yeah, I didn't believe it at first. My agent pulled me down from my hotel room at the time. And yeah, he just told me like, yeah, City's just wrong. And obviously I've gone to him like, nah, you're joking, like we're here. And yeah, and that's like, you know, took the next flight. Yeah, took the next flight. It just, yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy to be fair, but
who's the first person you ring? Do you ring your mum, your dad, your brother?
Oh, did I ring? Rang my brother straight away.
He must have been like, are you...
It was in the middle of the night as well. He was like, are you joking? Like, I think he just put his kids to sleep and that.
Yeah. I'll meet you there.
Yeah,
I'll get Pep's autograph.
Yeah, rang everyone. Rang my dad, rang my mum. And yeah, it was mad. Like, it was mad. Yeah, that was a mad moment. My brother basically couldn't believe it, basically. Like, yeah. He was like, what? Like, everyone was ready. I said bye to everyone, like, on that Friday, like, obviously going to this new club. And, you know, my mum was, like upset because the first time I'm leaving home. And, yeah, it was just mad, didn't it? Like, yeah, when I got that call, just mad. But, yeah, it's football, innit?
So you go into Manchester City,
yeah,
and like it's ridiculous the amount of players, like unbelievable players that they've got.
Yeah.
Do you feel a bit like, again, you be going in at different levels and stuff like that? But do you find yourself thinking, how have I got here when all these players? Do you find it like imposter kind of thing, imposter syndrome?
I think at one point you've got to, you know, take a step backwards and look like you're here for a reason. You know, you can't then feel like the imposter or feel like, oh, you shouldn't be here. Like, you're here for a reason, or you're training for a reason. Like, you know, you're good enough. There's no point in you doubting you're here now. So you can never doubt. I think in football you always need to have confidence in your ability, even when there's days where obviously you're gonna have days where it's not going right for you, but you're here now. So, you know, you have to, whatever you have to do to prepare yourself goes for anything, I think, for like, even like in a big exam, or, you know, you're here now, there's no going back. So you need to do what you need to do, and do it to your best ability. I think when I first came in there, I didn't flinch. I was like, you know what, you're here. This is, let's go. So, yeah, I think it was good, man. It's very good. It's very good, yeah.
That said, are you thinking about every interaction you have with these players? Because I'd be ringing my brother, I'd be like, Simon, Jack Grealish pinged this ball to me. Oh, I didn't know what I was doing. There must have been moments like that.
Nah, you know, like, for the personality I am, like, I don't know, like, I was more, right, you're here, like, let's train, like, you know, let's see.
Put it on my head.
Yeah, no, let's see the levels, like, let's go. I was, you know, just train hard, like, you know, like I said, like, you're here. I didn't have time to, let's feel for it. Like, I was just like, you know what, like, let's go. Like, let's go. And in my head, I was like, look, you're here for a reason, D. Like, whatever happens, innit? So,
as that senior group, you know, like the ones that are really recognisable, did anyone put their arm around you and like have a good chat with you or anything like that?
You know what? All of them were sound. So whenever I went up to train there was no really like big egos. Like, I was surprised. Like everyone was sound. Like, you know, encouraging, making sure you're right and stuff like that. No one really, because look, they're at the top level. Like, what's there to be? You don't need any egos. You're at the top of the top. And they're all sound, man. Like, all of them, to be fair. So,
what was Pep like?
Detailed, man. You can tell how much he loves football. Like, everything is so detailed, and you can see how much he loves football. Very demanding, like, such a demanding. And yeah, you just learn. I think I came in there every training session I was going there with an open mind, to learn something new. I remember speaking to him or asking him about the best players he's worked with. Obviously, he said Messi, and he said the reason it was Messi because he was like an animal. Like, he'll run to the blocks. Like, he doesn't flinch. Like, he keeps going and going and going, and yeah, just little things he says in training sessions, like the details, things like you'll do stuff the day before a game, and on the next day, everything that he's saying is happening. Yeah, so it's mad. But yes, it was sick to learn. Like, sick.
Has he got an aura around him? Like do you feel when you go up to talk to him, like in the canteen or anything, do you think,
has he got aura?
As in, like, do you think to yourself...
Yeah, he's got aura, yeah.
Are you thinking about what you're going to say to him before you open your mouth? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're thinking about your question. Or can you just walk up next to him, "Hey, Pep, you all right? What are you having for your dinner?"
No, I don't know if I can do that. But, no, he's definitely got aura around him. Yeah, he's definitely got aura around him. No, I don't think you can sit next to him and tap him on the shoulder and be like...
What, the sausage is like? It's not like that. It's not that vibe.
Nah, that ain't happening. Nah.
That must be one of those things, though, for someone like yourself that obviously loves the game, and all the way through this interview you've talked about how hungry you are for it. Must be the one where you can chat to him and it's special. Yeah,
I think, ultimately you want to, even because I'm still young, you want to, I still want to continue to learn, and along my journey, I think the day I stopped learning or loving football is the day I was just stop playing. But I think you can learn every day, literally every day, even coming into work here, you come here to learn. Obviously, I didn't expect I actually did expect the champ levels to be the level that it is with the intent and things like that. But, I come into training and, I learned something different. Or I don't know, my personality is, I'm so open. I like being open and just intrigued, innit? Just mad intrigued, yeah.
I've only got a couple more questions for you.
Yeah.
One, I suppose we better talk about the goal against Salford. That must have been a nice moment.
Yeah, top moment. I'd say probably the best moment of my career so far. That goal. It was... I remember I was starting the day before, and the manager was like to me, this is not a... I'm not giving this to you for free. Like you deserved it. I'm not giving this to a handout. You deserve it. And I remember I remember the day they played Salford at home, and I was like, what's the worst? What's the worst that can happen? I'm playing with all these great players. They're gonna help me, innit? They're gonna help me. I knew I was gonna score, just didn't know when.
I watched the highlights that game, and it's just world-class player.
Yeah, it's mad. I knew I was going to get help throughout the game, and obviously, I knew I was going to score. I just didn't know when.
Was there just before, because it was a goal that was quite close to the goal line? Yeah. Was there a moment when you thought, is this going in? Is it going to look like I'm trying to steal his goal? Because it was Nunez who put the ball across.
No. I knew I'd done two movements. I took him to the near post to check back, and I knew. I think things like that, like box movement and things like that, is something that I've studied for a long time. I'm still studying. So, I knew when he was getting crossed. I knew this was a goal. I wasn't stealing anything. I knew it was mine, even if I was stealing it.
I'm still having it.
Yeah, I'm still having it. It's go, innit?
Yeah.
That was a good moment, man. Very good moment. Yeah.
That must have been one of those where you just when you're driving home, you're floating.
Mad. Obviously scoring for a massive club like that, even playing for them, obviously something that you're never gonna forget.
Do you keep mementos? Do you keep your shirts and stuff like that?
Yeah. Keep shirts. Yeah. I like iconic ones, obviously. So stuff like that. So I'll keep, and the rest of my debuts. So the Stoke at home.
Stoke derby one.
Yeah. Europe at home for West Ham, or Europe away, I kept that. FA Cup debut, kept that. Yeah, so yeah, I keep the iconic ones. So yeah.
I want to just briefly talk about Stoke to finish off, but we've got to talk about England.
Yeah, no problem.
Under 21s.
Yeah.
Fully capped on the under 21s.
Yeah, no, good moment. It was good. Obviously, I think I was in a good form anyway. So yeah, it was.
Does it just feel like progression?
Yeah. It does. It does feel like progression. Obviously, getting those England 21s is, it's a mad. It's a good. It's a stepping stone. I'm doing well. And yeah, it's good to be a part of. Obviously, we went to Kazakhstan, we won the game and played 90 minutes, so it was good. Yeah, it was good.
What do you think, when it comes to the end of this season that you're on loan with Stoke, what will have to happen to make you think it's been a good season? Do you know what I mean? Have you got like set tallies in your head and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I do. Probably not ones that I want to share, but I think it's coming here and playing games and competing for my spot, and not letting go of my spot. I think is it's important. I know there's going to be a time where I'm going to get whatever happens. Like there's going to be a time in my career or even this season where I'll get dropped or I'm another setback, or it's important that I remain a good teammate to those who was waiting and clapping me. But yeah, I think for me this season, for it to be successful, I think just competing and every day, I'm playing a lot of games, a lot of football. There's 46 games in the champ, and I'd love to play all of them. But yeah, I know there's going to be a moment where I'm not going to be playing, and I think it's important for me to see it being my first loan. It's important for me to have, being a good teammate, a good person around the dressing room when, because they was clapping me when they wasn't playing. So I think, being positive and staying positive. But yeah, playing games, man, scoring goals as well. Oh, yeah,
can't beat it.
Love it.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah,
I know there's been times that might have been quite difficult to talk about, so thank you for being so open. I imagine that there's going to be a lot of people that take some solace from what you've said.
No, thanks for having me. Thank you.
Legend, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.